Alright, so in this video I'm going to be specifically talking about a couple of lure choices that I've used to target the flathead species, mainly the dusky flatheads. I'm going to go through 3 different types of lures that I've used over the past couple of years that have helped me catch some really good fish. This video is going to be designed for someone that's kind of on the more beginner level, hasn't done much in the past. There's a lot of options out there. It can get super overwhelming when it comes to lure choice, techniques. There's just so much that can kind of flood your mind and just confuse you. I know that that's what happened to me when I was first starting. So this video is designed to simplify that and just to give you a couple of options that have been tried and tested to catch really good flatties. Okay, so the first lure that I'm going to speak about, and for good reason, is the paddle tail. These things are just absolutely known flatty candy. They go so hard, and the reason behind it is because of the paddle tail. So you can see that there's a scoop there, and that catches the water and it creates a lot of movement in the tail as you're pulling it through the water. And also, more importantly, it creates a lot of movement in the sand as it bounces along the bottom. So flatties love to sit on sand, on the bottom. They normally sit on a bit of a shelf where there's some water moving, which is pushing bait backwards and forwards. And they'll pretty much come up and just, like I said before, smack anything. So these are really good because as you're pulling them through the water along the bottom, they create a lot of disturbance in the sand, which the flatties just love. And you're almost guaranteed for them to smack one of these things. Second lure I'm going to talk about is the shrimp. These, I feel like not many people actually talk about these too much. These are super underrated in my opinion. I've had a lot of success on these lures before. They've just got great movement through the water as you're kind of jerking them backwards and forwards. They're called the fantail shrimp. So you can see the slits in the tail there, and that tail goes up and down. And it's a really good imitation of a little shrimp trying to escape. These things go really hard. And once again, bouncing them along the bottom, that tail movement on the sand, flatties love these things too. Last, but certainly not least, you got the Z-Man streaks. These lures are a great imitation of a smaller flathead. Like I said before, flatties are very well known to eat smaller flathead that are cruising around, and these make a really good imitation for just that. It's the same kind of fishing style for all 3 of these lures, which makes it really good for beginners to kind of get the hang of. And pretty much what you want to do is just a slow wind with these lures. You want them to be bouncing along the bottom, like I said before, stirring up that sand, and then giving it a rest, letting it pause for maybe 2 to 5 seconds, and then giving a little hop and slow wind again. This is just going to serve to ruffle up that sand a bit more, to draw the flattie's attention with it stopping and starting constantly. And these are just a great imitation of what they would see in their natural environment. The amount of money that you can spend on fishing almost seems endless. So to try and make it a bit easier for you, I've linked all 3 of these lures in the description below. Go have a look and check them out. These are my top 3 lures that I would recommend to anyone if they're just kind of getting into fishing and just wanting to have a go. And that's the thing, just have a go, have a crack, get out there. That's the best way that you're going to learn is by your own experience. Anyway, enjoy. Happy fishing.